Greetings to you, Safe Citizen members, and to the South Africans that our Safe Citizen members will share this video with, and to the South Africans that will follow the good example of our Safe Citizen members and join us to stay informed and to be kept in the picture. On the table today is a discussion around the proposed changes to the firearm proficiency training regimen, which is applied in South Africa by the QCTO. Those of you who have been following this debate with us will know that it started up in about 2012 or 2013 at the request of the government, who could not manage the corruption that was happening around firearms training certificates and proof, and they asked the private industry to stand up. PFTC was formed, and subsequent to that date, the PFTC has verified more than 3.5 million individual unit standards in a 99.999% perfect manner. Very, very little issues at all. It is a system that the SAPS has come to trust and rely upon in their evaluation of a person as being competent to possess a firearm or not. That qualification was at risk and due to expire on June the 30th, because the QCTO and a division of SAPS known as the Internal Training Division, which before this has not been involved at all in training the public, and let's face it, which SAPS division, the Internal Training Division, does not have a sterling reputation in Parliament or amongst the public for the level of training that they are able to provide to their own SAPS officers. Nevertheless, the QCTO, with support from this SAPS internal division, has been working to substitute a loosely defined, opaque, and poorly planned skills program for the PFTC quality assurance function. As we have said in the past, if this happens, it is going to bring about a devolution of safety in the public as a result of the devolution of training standards in amongst the public, who will then be possessing firearms based on a loosely defined skills program. We cannot allow this to happen. Safe Citizen, SAGA, NatShoot, and other concerned organizations have been working very hard since the middle of April to head this off at the pass. We have raised what I would call arguably a national clamor in the media and in the minds of policymakers on a national basis. And that has served to highlight some of these issues. We have interacted with the government at high level, and we will continue to do so. The point of this message to you today is to implore you to not relax, to not think, oh well, we have another 6 months to go and we can simply take our time and relax because it won't happen again and we will be able to fix it. There is in my mind a reason why the government has extended this for only 6 months. I have information that there are other organizations who are also trying to get themselves into place to take advantage of a skills training program, who have in this week held favorable meetings with the QCTO and SACITA. The word favorable coming from them, or a word to that effect. In other words, they had a meeting with the QCTO and SACITA this week around the skills programs. And it just happens to be the same week that the delegation was extended for another 6 months. And that indicates to me that possibly their skills program is not ready, and they know it, but they're not going away anytime soon. I don't want Safe Citizen members to underestimate the gravity of this threat. It is just as significant as the Firearms Control Amendment Bill, the proposed amendments, and it is just as significant as the changes to the PSIRA security regulations. We need to stay engaged and as Rob Hutchinson from Dear South Africa calls it, democratically engaged, accountable and responsible. Please watch this space, share this video, send us a small donation if you can, and stay involved. Thank you for watching this video. I wish you a safe and peaceful week with your family and friends.